I'm pretty sure you've already become fairly familiar with how to navigate through Excel. More than likely you are using your mouse or touchpad in combination with your keyboard. However, there are other ways of navigating through Excel that you might not be aware of. The basic navigation style. The most basic way of navigating through Excel is by using your mouse. You can activate a cell by clicking on the cell, and you can use all the tabs, commands, dialog boxes, etc. by simply using your mouse. If you need to locate a cell that doesn't appear on your screen, you can use the scroll bars. I'm pretty sure you've used scroll bars before. Like I've said, if you haven't been on a deserted island for the last 20 years, I assume I don't need to go over this in too much detail. One basic point that I need to cover is that the address of the cell is where the row number meets the column letter. For example, if you follow column B down to row 5, you will arrive at cell B5. How to navigate through Excel cells with your keyboard. You can also use the up, down, left, and right arrow to navigate through the cells in your Excel workbook. If you press the right arrow, you will activate the cell directly to the right in the same row. The same goes for the up, down, and left arrow. If you press Control and the right arrow, you will activate the very next cell to the right that contains data. If there is not a cell to the right that contains data, then you will activate the very last cell in the row. The same rule applies to all the other arrows. You can see here that we activated cell B4, and when we pressed Control and the right arrow, we skipped 3 cells to the right and activated cell E4. This is because cell E4 is the very next cell to the right that contained data. If you need to highlight a range of cells, you can do this by holding down Shift while using your arrows. First, activate a cell. Now hold down the Shift button and press the right arrow twice and then the down arrow twice. If you did this correctly, then you should have activated a range of 9 cells. Your range should be 3 rows and 3 columns. Using the page up and page down key. If you use the page down key, you will activate the cell exactly 1 page down in the same column, and if you press the page up key, you will activate the cell that is exactly 1 page up in that column. Navigating through Excel using your mouse and keyboard. I'm pretty sure you're already familiar with this method of navigation through Excel. This method seems to be the most efficient when trying to locate cells that are far apart from each other. How to navigate the ribbon with the keyboard only. What would you do if your mouse stopped working and you had a project that you had to complete in 30 minutes? Would you have the time to find a new mouse or computer with a working pad or clicker? Luckily, there is a way to navigate through the Excel ribbon using only the keyboard. Open an Excel book and follow the steps below to understand how this works. Step 1. Activate cell B2 and type in the word data or whatever word you want. Step 2. Now press the Alt button. Letters will appear over the tabs on your ribbon. If you press the letter over a tab, you will select the tab just as if you clicked it with your mouse. Step 3. Now press H on your keyboard. This will activate the ribbon in the Home tab. You should now see letters over the different commands on the ribbon. Step 4. Now press FC to select the Font Color command. A drop-down dialog box will appear to gather more information from you. Step 5. Now use the arrows to navigate through the colors. Once you are on the color you want, press Enter and the text will change to that color. You can continue to practice navigating through the Excel ribbon with only your keyboard. At least through this tutorial we provided you with a starting point. I'm almost certain that if your mouse were to ever stop working and you were on a deadline, you would quickly become proficient operating Excel using only your keyboard.